You hear me move and you come running? Okay, good. Good for you. How you doing? Huh? You like, I want some of that. Yeah? You want some of that? Yeah? What you doing? What you doing? Come on. Come on. You want to? Good step. Good little step, bro. And then they put Disney right on here. They just had the biggest bust in Florida of perverts, and they put Disney on an organic, so-called organic bananas. I don't trust none of this stuff no more. I'm gonna eat it though, but I don't trust none of it. Man, if we can just get everybody together, man, and stop the nonsense and start growing this stuff we need to grow. And y'all stop putting stuff off until tomorrow. Y'all won't be happy until it's too late and everybody's dead. And because you sit there and then you'll sit there going, man, I could have, shot, I would have. Instead of y'all just getting up now and listening and doing it, you keep putting it off as if some miracle is going to happen. You're the only miracle, people. What is wrong with y'all? Are y'all that gone? People come in here and like and then they leave instead of coming back like they should and pay attention. I sit there and say, I've got what? Man, listen, man. I dropped a big cup and already, I dropped a big cup about the moon and already 3 people have all started talking about it. Hot dog it. This is my tripod, I just kicked it. Pay no mind. Yeah, I'm just tired, man. I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie. I am tired. I'm not tired like that. I'm just tired. I'm tired of dealing with inconsistency. People worried about the wrong thing, not focused on the right thing. Pathetic. Everybody just running around worried about who can claim this and profess that and state this and state that instead of I know, and don't know nothing. Let's start here, man. Gotta get some potassium. can't even eat it all. I mean, I'm becoming sick with this false anticipation of people knowing how powerful we are, getting it together and snapping out of it, literally snapping out and going, you know what, let me do this. No, it's not what we're hearing. We're just hearing blah, blah, when, and, if, what, maybe, possible. Damn. Hey, what's up? Hey, King, D-Chi, Bull, Rondo, what's happening? What's happening? Hey, Snoo. Oh, man. I was waiting for everybody to come in. I've had more views, more subscribers. We had another subscriber. Appreciate you coming in. Hope you see this notification. And that doesn't fluster me what these idiots are doing. You know what I'm saying? Them hiding, people watching, and when you come in, just hit the like. I'm gonna get into it. I made a post on Facebook, on Instagram, and it goes back to everything I've been saying from the beginning. You have these so-called Native Americans, hell, in Canada and over in Wichita, they're getting kicked off of because they're not the Aboriginal people. And you have these Mongols who are kicking the freemen out. Freemen don't mean what's with slave. And excuse me, I hate to burst your bubble, Native Americans. That fake ass history about the natives took in slaves, that was Negroes taking in their family members. That's the original natives, not you people given an identity. Boarding schools in the 1800s, because all y'all stories really start in the 1880s and 90s. They don't start nowhere before that. And I heard some claiming I go back 12 and 16 generations. That's a lie. Maybe in every generation born, the 3 or 4 generations born in a century, that means every generation, then maybe you can say 12 to 13. You're talking about your great-great-grand. Listen, you being the great-great-great-grandbaby of one of those generations in a century, I have no problem with that. But authentically, prescribe the 3 generations to 4 generations in a century, you can't go back no more than 5 or 6. Got history messed up. Don't even know how to do the math. I've had enough of y'all. I've had enough of these damn Ashkenazis, these liars. They're the problem of the world. Everywhere I look, they are rooted and they have created. I go back 80 years. I don't have to go back that far. 80 years to now, and there's some Ashkenazis in positions in every damn countries, whether it be medicine, science, this, that, and other, besides the sell-out Negroes. All right? And these fake converts. All right? And they don't know nothing. It's simple research. You got Cilla Grey Wolf with her porn history, but everybody's still running over there listening to her. You know, these people are despots. You know, Phoenix Moon, a despo. All she's worried about is $1. She ain't got no land telling anybody or making it up with anybody she cross lines with, because just like Sidanelv and all of them, they get paid by a government of people that when they get done with them, they'll get rid of them. C2C Journal. Left-wing fascism and its war against conservatives. Len Cohen. A friggin' Ashkenazi, January 5th, 2022. What's in a name or a political label? Quite a lot. As it turns out, the standard view that fascism is a phenomenon of the far right has been immensely beneficial to the left, allowing it to conflate virtually any bad political beliefs, tactics, or leaders with conservatism. Len Cohen, whose own political journey has included stopovers on the left, right, and middle before returning to conservatism, has felt the wrath of the leftists. This lends a personal dimension to her account of the damage done to conservatism through its linkage to fascism. Cohen mounts a spirited case that fascism doesn't even belong on the right, but at the opposite end of the political spectrum. As we all know, the most racist party, and even against their own, are the so-called liberals. This is not a democracy. Do you know what a democracy is? It has everything to do with what? Organized chaos. And you've seen it play out. And if the conservatives were professing this and standing on 2 legs, they would stop the NFL football player in Florida from going through trial because he defended his home and saved his brother's life. They would stop the sister with a firearm comparing her, saying she can't graduate because of the pale skin, took a more lenient and nice picture. The racism is still within the police force with these idiots who fought a war who should be in a damn psych ward or a psycho. One flew over the cuckoo's nest, if you get what I'm saying. Bellevue crazy, all right? And I'm telling y'all, you need to get up out of where you at. You need to leave them suburbs, them cities. You need to get over here in numbers now. My husband, my wife, my children, my this, my that. And y'all have the means to do it. Y'all are pathetic, lazy. You don't get how serious this is. Damn. And it ain't to feed my own needs, it's because I know the importance. I have a story to tell, damn it. I reached out to OG person. I said, hey man, why don't you get a bank account, link your stuff, and that way, and be mindful as you're educating people, and stop glamorizing gang and this, that, and crip and all this other foolishness, and start getting paid instead of everybody else getting paid. He walking around with Tone Network, jacket on, this, that, and other, and talking with this other dude. They all seem like they're gay. Look, every time I see Tupac, let me tell you something. Every time I see a video of Tupac, the nigga was gay. Just like Mr. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air himself, a homosexual. Why is that we gotta know that Queen Latifah and Whitney Houston were lesbians? Well, we grew up with them. We knew they were lesbians. I was surprised when Whitney Houston got mad. I've been to that church down there and watched her kissing up her girlfriends, selling weed to them. I used to hang out with Tretch and them on 8th Street. I was in OPP. I was the one with the red hat on, the same one that you see me wearing in the barracks with Delta Phi Delta. That's me, fools. Told you I used to rap. I was a breakdancer, but you have a hard time accepting that because you think you know me. Oh, but his uncle's John Amos and Lonnie Wright from the Denver Broncos and Dynamite Charlie Wright. Joe Louis scared the box, blah, blah, blah. Listen to me. Put all that aside. I'm not trying to attempt to prosper off of that. What I'm telling you is something because I know something. And y'all still running around in a daisy, in a delusion. Andre 3000 told you. He says, hey, I'm gonna sing something of importance. Let's see if they listen to what I'm saying, or if they listen to the music. You were so capitulated. That's why I got on the music thing. Y'all so capitulated by the 808, the 8440, that you were so grabbed on by that you were in delusion. You're strong delusion, and you're still on in it. You don't see the importance. You care about family, but yeah, when the stuff comes down to it, your family's dead and you're dead. So how much do you really care about? Fair skin, long hair, gotta be the Native American was a movement. People coming off the boat, joining it just to be something. In the friggin' late early 1900s. Has nothing to do with the old world or the fake history wrote in to create the so-called race status that has nothing to do with truth at all, other than another perversion and held together by those who are pedophiles, like pain, eating poop, and everything else you could think of, plexiglass pooping, and all that nasty stuff. Those are the people you're listening to and following. Bunch of sick individuals. I actually had somebody hit me up from my hometown. Yeah, I remember you was talking about that Tartary stuff. I said, it's not how I pronounce, but yeah. I said, one T silent. Most people don't know this, but I'm not going to sit here and give all that tea because I like to see people keep running around doing something, don't even know how it stayed so long and why it still carried on. I'm talking about it in the 20s. I was talking about it. You think that's not like a grapevine? You don't think it didn't spread over the country? I was serving with people all over the world. I was the only one always being told to be quiet about it. And now all these people who aren't even born, they're running their mouths about it, and they don't know all the pain and suffering I went through getting smacked in my mouth, paddled in the quiet room, drawing pictures, allowed to do murals they took down after a decade or two. Y'all just don't get it. Here they are. You have heart problems, everything. These sorry-ass doctors are part of the same damn institutional problem. Right now, the doctor I've been seeing, if he foregone anything, and if I was to go back and something was to happen, there are people ready to green light. And it ain't nothing on me. See, y'all don't know these people. They give you stem cells. They can correct all kind of stuff. but they're sitting there buying their time thinking everything is going to be all right. Just like the people work behind here, underground, wherever they work at, that nobody knows who we are. So we're going to go around and still do what we're doing. That's a lie. They know who you are. When I quoted Frederick Douglass on Christianity, you had this goofy nigga coming out, oh yeah, he's from Europe. You can't make up stupidity, people. There is no level to the reach of stupidity and how far it reaches out to grasp. They can fix any issue that's going on. And yet these companies are still, they blew up and destroyed a lot. Excuse me. But are they doing anything to make people's lives better? Huh? This company is still selling this crap that's PBA, but not PBS free. That's why it's got its power. That stuff is worse than the PBA. Now, you used to get both of them. You would think that they would have sense enough to sit there, I'm not making this no more. You would think the people on the rivers and the people who live in Louisiana, up and down the bayou, the Mississippi, and the Gulf, you would think they would arm up and walk them at night, rotating shifts, and stop these insatiable beasts from poisoning the freaking waters. No, you know why? Because they think they know everything. Or they're scared of some costume character. It's costume characters who want to partake in it, who are tired of it. It affects them just as well. Nobody gets a magic pill or a shot. The world is sick. And y'all are sick right along with it. You go, you sit down, you see the family. Hey. You don't see the bigger world. Why do you think I'm reading Iron Republic? Well, I've read twice. None of y'all went back and watched it. Y'all pathetic. One watched me reading Lost Confound Them. What is wrong with y'all? What is so hard? I went to sleep early last night. I wasn't feeling too good. Got people in secret around me, and even though they're being watched, people are just waiting. And you better believe they're gonna let loose like no other let loose has ever happened. I can't say no more than that. And they really believe that they're protected and safe. Just like you. You walk outside and you go, I'm well off. No, you're not. Only in numbers. And we're together in silence. Far away from the end of. I ain't talking about no Guyana Jim Jones foolishness. I'm talking about us getting back into the nature and truth of who we are. But no. Change is too hard. So I guess living the lie is the only gratuitous thing you have. A gratuity you have for living is to live the lie. With every excuse on the map. Thank you for those who subscribe. I didn't look at it. I saw this morning one more person subscribed. Welcome to the tribe. I did my best to stay away from this, but I said I'm not going to swear, at least for those who are tended to the cursing, they call it, which is not. You're already in a curse. The language you speak is a curse. When I'm communicating with you, and because you lack the real true knowledge of these words and have accepted what's been given, is a curse. Native Americans are not autochthonous or aboriginal to this land. But I challenge any of them fools with their little I debunk this with that and that. And you know, some of the paintings, because I'm an artist, I already showed those weren't even original paintings that they attempt to use. Nor the narrative of the story behind the painting, which they never show. Oh, they give you that little mem stuff that the Moors utilize. And then they go to a book that's New Age, has nothing to do with the truth of documents in Sweden. You know, yeah, Denmark, Germany, Italy, especially in Italy. Nothing in those ancient books based upon 1790-something, 1890-something have anything to do with the pictures they're trying to use to debunk who we are when in so-called South America, the information's still there. So who are these idiots on our soil born here? The same ideology and the narrative of the racists, the incumbents who have been put in position and don't even know what because they've lived their lie for such a short time but for so long. You can't be that stupid. We are like no other melanated person on this earth, the American Negro. And the majority of us are not mixed. I got Chinese and Dutch and Spanish married in the family, nowhere in my bloodline. My bloodline is in none. Their offspring. That's how powerful and deep that goes. Want me to lay it out for you? See, you ain't ready for that. That's a cup of tea too hard to swallow. And enslaved? How is 2-3% of the population going to enslave what was once half the population? Huh? We were once half the population and more in the 1800s. So how's your little behinds going to enslave us? You only make up a percentage of our people now. It's how people are scattered abroad and around because of frauds. Because the people was worried about getting a pickle up their butt, of rubbing coochies together to try and get some friction for a purpose that never existed. The simpleness, the mindless. Yeah, they took my Instagram channel down, hon. I'm on another. I've got 2 other ones. I may have followed you. If it's me that followed you, follow me back. Gotta get my numbers back up because I got things I want to talk about and I want to do some lives with bringing people in. Yeah, my new Instagram channel is make sure I got it right. What is this new? I got 2 of them. So I put them both down. They won't let one of the ones on here. Jim Redwolf, capital J, uppercase J, lowercase I M, space, uppercase R, lowercase ED, uppercase WOF, Jim Redwolf. And you'll see me in the Jeep with the so-called insignia, the indigenous insignia around it. Me sitting in one of those old Jeeps with the helmet on, that's me. Okay, the other one, the other Instagram account is Big Red in Your Face Branch. Big Red in Your Face Branch. And that's my original one. And hold on. Why is it doing that? Okay. There we go. Okay. Trying to show you why is it doing this? It's doing some weird stuff, people. Well, anyway, I can't make it go big. I don't get that. But that's me when I was when I was the E4. Well, I was the E4 and I just re-signed so I can get my E5. 4 years when I was 4 years in the Navy. Right? And y'all know our brother here, Cottrell, right? That was me down at the Pima Reservation. I think that was about 6-7 years ago. 6 years ago, I think. Maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Something like that. And they thought I was Pima Indian. And no, I said, I got a bunch of Pima Indian pictures though. And they's like, who's that? I says, why do you think so-and-so's eyes around? Those are your ancestors. They're Negroes, look like Australians, like pygmies or whatever you want to call them. Them the original Pima people. These are the Mongols that married into the families and this, that, and the other hard. Put on the land and your people were still in there who surrounded you and assimilated, and the fake government gave them the land. Mess with me. People don't want to mess with the truth. They don't like the truth. How you gonna like the truth when you've been enjoying the lie? And the lie's been so much pain and disharmony, so fractured. What makes anybody like the pain? Ignorance. And it's not tolerable or tolerance. It's just ignorance, pure ignorance. To think that you over somebody, being a Native American so that you lower than us, they feel like, oh, we can give you the lie. We're gonna keep the most important motherfuckers hidden away. And now our people running around because the Ashkenazis, the liars, and nobody's paying attention to that simpleness? No, of course not. You got idiots calling themselves the Templars and this, that, and all this other stuff because they don't have a clue. That's what alcohol and drugs do to people. Now we have things that can heal everybody. Conclusive, we can bring the world to a better staple without some people thinking they're in control or godlike. But if you think there's not something evil behind all this, you are wrong and you are so jacked in the head. People say, well, how did you leave your 2 marriages? Well, one was a cheater. I didn't want to leave my children, but I could not take them with me because I had a lot of pain and PTSD. The second one, she was buck-ass crazy. I still love her. I just don't have no respect for that individual. I gave her my best and she ignored it because of ignorance. She knows it now, but she has to learn her lesson. Easy to walk away from a lie. I would leave my drawers, be barefoot, and walk into the woods butt naked. I guarantee you I'll come out 2-3 months later. I have a place you can't find, with up in a tree underground, and I'll be clothed. That I guarantee you. I'm ready to go on a fast, right? Where I don't partake in nothing. I don't care if I reach near death, because I am getting tired. I am so tired. Y'all don't get it. Y'all really don't get it. They're trying to kill, they're not trying, they're killing a lot of people, attacking their thoracic area, lungs and hearts and everything, and these goddamn doctors are playing a part. But y'all sit up in front of them because you're so docile and go, yes, Dr. Mr. So-and-so. While at the same time in the weekend, he's partying with his friends, he's on the plexiglass looking at the pool, sleeping with his buddy, they're rim-riding each other up their hairy butts or whatever's going on. Because they're good actors. Pumping you up with antibiotics that are killing you, destroying you, because they're too lazy to be proficient in the truth of medicine, to tell you the truth of what you should eat. They're going to lie to you because they're stuck in the corporation. The good doctors are all left. And you got family and members who won't even sit there and go, you better not lose him. I told him about my grandma. Something happened when I'm coming back and I was going to be in silent. You wasn't going to know how I got there, and I was going to deal a blow to every last one. I'm not advocating violence, but I know if you mess with mine on my soil, I'm going to take it to you. And I'm going to take it to you, and I don't care what cat comes out of it. It's going to be a story they can't hide. While these people want to run around playing dumb fake politics and everything else. They thought when I said leave me alone, they thought I was asking them. See, that's where they mess up. I still have it. I got a couple of them, green, red, and blue. People are always worried about the least thing they should be worried about. Well, what's what I'm going to do when I get there? What the fuck you been doing? But now you elevate yourself. Get a damn job. You got to have a job. I think you only got a year or 2 left. Make difference. What do they say? The best thing about struggle, especially if you're in a lie and you know it's a lie, then you should be able to adapt and overcome the lie. When I'm on Facebook and I'm talking about stuff, man, you have a lot of certain individuals, they reach out and talk to the most ignorant of the group. All the people who I love and I cherish, even my daughter, my sisters and them, as stupid as they are. My brother Ricky Carlisle was sick. Navy brother, I served in the Navy. I reached out to everybody and said, yo, call my brother. This is his number. He's in the hospital. Reach out to him. Good old boy down in Florida. You know, country boy. Good old redneck. Love him to death. And everybody reached out. Do you know that I had a tear for that? Because our brothers in arms we served together with reached out and they remembered me. The most beautiful thing. I'm not into this white and black shit. I'm not into that, y'all. But I'm into my people and teaching them. I'm into other people helping and assisting. I'm into raising the nation. I'm in my people looking upon the face of their ancestor and paying attention and learning. I'm into them seeking that better thing, to better themselves, instead of running around in the scarlet letters that they run around in. To be the temporal they were meant to be. The wave that's crashing, the torrential storm and the calmness of the lake, the gloss over in the deep clear blue, that void, the crevices underneath. Not the lies that you walk around in. Your greatness. You're not even subpar. That's the fucked up thing. Excuse my language. Anyhow. Any of y'all ever feel like the black sheep of the family? And that's the NRA. NRA, that's what I got to say to you. Bert Hellinger, right? I love this, what he wrote. Black sheep of the family. The black sheep, those who do not adapt, those who cry rebelliously, play a role within each family system. They repair, pick up, and create a new and unfold branches in the family tree. Do you know what that means? Do you think that it means in your direct family or the family tree of us? Pay attention. Thanks to these members, our trees renew their roots. What in the hell do you think I've been attempting to do? Don't tell me that's what you've been doing. Bullshit. Every one of y'all been selfish with your little made-up little husband and wife family. That's not the family tree. Those are not new fucking roots. I'll hit you in the gut. You need probiotics? I got 2 515s. I'll make you shit all night. You listening to me? Challenge. I want people to challenge me. The first steps toward, I love this music, and I know it's beautiful, right? But it's a little too loud. The first steps toward official segregation came in the form of black codes. These were laws passed throughout the South starting around 1865 that dictated most aspects of black people's lives. You know what we're talking about when I say blacks. Including where they could work and live. The codes also ensured black people's availability for cheap labor, and slavery was abolished. And we know that to be a lie because it was the pale skin slavery that was abolished, and hence why we ended up 1865, what I've been teaching you about that. There's nothing before that. Segregation soon became official policy enforced by a series of Southern laws. 1900s, y'all. 1950s to the 60s, through the 60s. Up until now, with some of the laws still stand because of these foreigners on our soil. Enforced by a series of Southern laws permitted by the Black Caucus through so-called Jim Crow laws named after the derogatory term for blacks. I hate that black term. Why? The crow. The relationship with the wolf. Legislators, the serpent people. Legislators segregated everything from schools to residential areas to public parks to theaters to pools to cemeteries, asylums, jails, and residential homes, and there were separate waiting rooms for white people and black people in professional offices. And in 1950, Oklahoma became the first state to even segregate public phone booths. Why? Well, they just attempted a few times to murder all the people from the Walk of Death. The Ashkenazi lion pieces of excrement created the Trail of Tears, and all these little peckerwoods wanted to write a narrative to rewrite history, appointed to do so. And they had nothing to do with no goddamn Mongol or Mongolian. They want to deny that, and that's who you are. Colleges were segregated in separate black institutions like Howard University in Washington, D.C., of course, and Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee, were created to compensate. Compensate what? Are you paying attention? Don't say slavery, you stupid retards. Virginia's Hampton Institute was established in 1869 as a school for black youth. Yes, POW's children who were murdered. Go and do the research about those in the punch and their children. It's not complicated. Nobody else gave you that tea. I just gave you some more tea. Do the research. Virginia Hampton, right? 1869. Look it up. Ain't that what? 4 years after the goddamn end of the Civil War? Pay the fuck attention. But with the white instructors teaching skills, and they weren't even white then, they've just been passed off since 1875, that pale skins can be considered, and those who are still in Parliament up until the Reconstruction era denied the rest of us so we could be called something else of another infirmity instead of the pureness of who we were as a righteous goddamn people. But with white instructors teaching skills to relegate black people in service positions to white, that means that fucked up language English. We were still teaching them motherfuckers how to build shit and agriculture and everything else. What do you think Martin Luther King was talking about? Mecca Evans. Fuck with me. Now to the Hebrews. What is the Aramaic word for spirit? These are my notes. I literally write these, not copy and paste it. I write them just like a dissertation when I was in college. That's just what I do. All that writing I'm doing over there. And I'm getting a little better at writing too. Surprisingly, I don't like it. I'd rather read than write. What is the Aramaic word for spirit? The Hebrews be going, oh, rucha, roots. Nah, did that thing again, right? Ruach. In Aramaic and Hebrew, it's feminine, whereas in Greek, pneuma, it is neutral in gender. It's not our fucking word. What's the Hebrew word for spirit? Ruach. Pronounced ruach. It's the Hebrew word for spirit, root of ak, person, individual, ruach. Are you paying attention? Root of the person. Root of the person is spirit. Breath of wind. For I breathe life into them. Let them make us. Let us make them in our image. What is the Latin name of Holy Spirit? Well, you always hear about Paraclesis, right? Paraclete. And they're always going to go back to Greek and nothing beforehand. Because Greek is a fabricated story of the melanated people there. Because they were our people as well. Oh, yes, they were. And they weren't called Greece. They were Grecian, or walking people. It means advocate or helper, to which they assisted us in carrying out our truth. Because we knew this day would come. In Christianity, fuck that, the term paraclete most commonly refers to the Holy Spirit, root of us. Pneuma, in philosophy though, in Stoic thought, the vital spirit, root of us, soul, breath of life, or creative force of a person, not man and woman, of them. You want me to continue? Huh? You want me to continue? This is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do nonstop. So I respect the people that walk in religions. It's not our shit because it comes from us. But to make us void of the truth and make everybody believe elsewhere, the lies have to be consummated, and everybody has without knowledge of its truth. A word game. Goddamn crossword puzzle that most don't even know they're playing, and it has nothing to do with chess, but it is chess, not checkers. Astute. You can say astute, astute, A as in the E of things, not S as an E, but astute. It's an adjective, right? Check it out. Having or showing shrewdness and discernment. That means that I'm not going to be on the corner cursing you out like a retard because they don't know no better. But with discernment, I'm going to be very particular and to the point of what I have learned or have attained based on truth. Not relevant to truth, but literally based on truth, especially with respect to one's concerns. Shrewd. It doesn't mean being nasty and mean. Critically discerning, critically shrewd to be critical. That means not a hypothesis, not a theory, not a conspiracy, which they're all in relation. For the truth to exist, you must first dismiss the lie. Okay? Critically discerning, sagacious. All right, and it's infamy, right? Shrewd, subtle, not an allegory. But we know it's all kind of crafty, right? So critically and critically discerning. I had to think long on that one. I didn't write all that down. You know, when you think about conspiracy, right? Remember I told y'all this note I had wrote down? There is no difference between a conspiracy and strategy. Knowing is the beginning, and what you do next may be monumental. So are you listening to me, people? There is no difference between a conspiracy. You're living a conspiracy. And what is your strategy? Strategy is knowing is the beginning. So knowing that you're in a conspiracy, you must have a strategy to come out your conspiracy, because the conspiracy is based on a theory relative to the conspiracy. So what is the theory in the conspiracy? The life you're living is a lie. What's the theory? That is the theory. So the conspiracy is laid out in a format that's based on the theory that points to it not being a illusion, but a fact. And then what do you must do? Well, if you know it's conspiracy, you must have a strategy to come out of it. So what do you got to do with that strategy? With the knowing, you have to. That's the first part. That's the first part. I thought all of you there. I thought y'all were there at the first part. I'm starting to believe you're not. Because as far as imminent, you see it's imminent. They're acting out. They're telling you. And instead of doing the next thing, which may be monumental, you subjugate yourself further under their heel. On your neck. Make that make sense. Please make it. Let me pull up this note. I'm gonna actually read this to y'all one day. It's actually, I took a PDF and I saved it to my documents. So I'm not gonna read it right here. I'm gonna tell you what it's all about. We're gonna read this. I'm gonna sit down and read this to you. I've done read it a few times. Yeah, people, I sit here and I actually read, okay? What is this? This is the actual official, not the hyphened up, messed up document 1. the written record of the voyage of 1524 of Giovanni da Verrazzano, as recorded in a letter to Francis I, King of France, July 8th, 1524. That's like whenever people talk about the Native Americans in New Jersey and New York, you always see a bunch of pale skins on our land. You don't see no Mongols or Mongolians, just like you didn't see in the damn 60s down south. You ain't see no Mongolians or Mongols nowhere in the South in the 50s or the 60s. Nowhere. So how the hell they over there in the 80s and 90s and talking about we're the Seminole and we're the Yamasee Nation is based upon a congregation of the Confederacy, and it's a Negro population. The Yamasee Nation was a Negro, and that's in documents in France and everywhere. So Mongolians, come over here, Mim, and challenge me. Challenge me. Come and challenge me with your fake ass world you live in. And continue to suffer in pain, not recognizing who we are and your stupidity. For your children, no different from the dumb side of our children, because we got all the smart ones who know the difference now. I've seen more of our children who are the youngest. They want to call Z. They like, if you call them a Z, they'll squabble with you. Call them Z generation. They'll put up these and they'll squabble. I'm talking about some strong cats. Call me X generation. That's not beautiful. I know what we're capable of. We don't need your little codes and sickness, that and other, your little alphabet, little world you live in. We don't need none of them acronyms and bullshit that you made up. Not one government official would sit down and talk with me. You bet your dollar on that. And I've been friends with some President Nez, and I can't mention the other ones. They're still working. And they got to wait until the window's open. And that's all I can say today. Y'all, when I was in New York, going to the UN and all that, I was in the hallway when that punk ass nigga was in there talking with the Native American, getting up, walking out, shaking her head. She recognized me, but because it's a look thing, she was just ignorant as fuck. You know, because Conquistador's bloodline running real rampant around here. Whether it be Negro or that pale light version of Latino, whatever they want to call it. But not every one of our people who look like them is them. I'm telling you. At 50 minutes, I'm done. I'll come back on a little later and read. It's had a fucking enough. Y'all know you can donate. There's 200 still sitting there. That's based off of the 60-something that was left over and a few good dollars and a few brothers and sisters that donated. And we get the right numbers again. I have selected about 24 bucks. Just let it be, okay? And I ordered about 4 or 5 on the side of the other ones that I ordered last week, was it? That's going to take about 3, because it's taking, I don't know why it's taking so long. I guess the derailment of trains and blowing up, I don't know what's going on. And I'm not trying to figure out, because most time the books used to come in like 3, 4, 5 days. Thrift books would come in like 4 days. That tells you right off the back, oh yeah, July 2nd, June 26th, June 23rd. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm a fan. Yeah, I got plenty of books, but I just like to read. I like to have books. This one. I forgot how good it was. Heaven changing into heaven implies perfection and continuity. So any changes that come along right now will work to keep things just the way they are. This is a tattoo I was going to get. So heaven versus heaven is 3 stripes. Heaven and heaven is 3 and 3, so 6. I was going to get this tattoo. Now the one below it is heaven and earth. Then I was like, wait a minute. And that's why I've been reading, because the one I'm going to make is going to be in the same circle of I Ching, like yin and yang when you're doing footwork based on the 7-star principle, for those who know what I'm talking about. All right? And I'm going to get that tattoo, but small, this side of my chest. Willing. Anyway, let me get off of here. As you can see, I'm going to go shooting. So they're all oiled up and lubed up. And I'll talk to y'all later. Mikey Hill, Herbo, the Chief Bull, Scott, Sarada, my beautiful sister, Bill, wow, ninth son. I'm going to call you what I'm used to. All right, APJR.
You know, my beloved Rondo, Robbie Burns, what's going on, beloved? It's good to have all in. I love the new blood brings, and some of y'all have information. And it's good to share that also when we're communicating. Snoo, all I love all my women. Yes, I do. We got to. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off. I appreciate y'all coming in and ranting and raving. I hope it was worth it. My beloved sisters, my brothers, 201. See y'all here shortly.